can't help you right now, puppy. Hello, you guys. Welcome to another episode of the Portrait Profit Show. You know what? I'm not doing that again. I'm sure you've said that many times. There's a lot of unexpected things that go wrong in business. We're going to talk about that and what smart photographers do next. These stories will make you laugh, make you cringe. And this lesson is going to leave you better prepared. I'm going to do this through 4 different stories. So this episode is going to be short relative to other ones. So what the heck? It's not live.
I saw you. I heard you.
It just turned off. I guess because it says go live. What the heck? Technology. I don't know why it turned itself off, but I just noticed, and I'm glad I didn't get too far into the episode before noticing. I'm glad you guys are here with me today. I'm sure you've said multiple times throughout your life, throughout your career, something along the lines of, well, I'm not doing that again. You know, there's a lot of unexpected things that go wrong in business. We're going to talk about that and what smart photographers do next. These stories are going to make you laugh. They might make you cringe. But this lesson is going to leave you better prepared. I'm going to do this through 4 different stories. So this show may be a little shorter than most, but you're still going to get a lot out of it. Hey there, Lens Legends, and welcome to another episode of the Portrait Profit Show, where we focus on the business side of photography. I'm your host, Jim Landers, your guide on the business side. And it's my mission to uplift portrait photographers to make a great income doing what they love. Each week on the Portrait Profit Show, you get tips and systems on the business side of photography that are designed to help you gain a mastery over marketing and sales. This is going to reduce the struggles that most photographers face so that you can finally get what you deserve. You're in the right place. Welcome to the Portrait Profit Show. The Portrait Profit Show is brought to you by Digital Pro Lab and Landers Photography School. For Digital Pro Lab, Amanda and her amazing, wonderful team are going to make you look like a hero just by default. She hires wonderful people. I mean, if you just go in and visit with the first person you cross paths with, you're going to like them because they like what they do and it shows. I encourage you to go to digitalprolab.com. I'll put that up on the screen real quick, just in case you need to see it. Digitalprolab.com. I recommend you go check them out. And if you haven't started printing yet, I've crossed paths with a lot of photographers who have never printed a single image. Guys, you at least got to try it. Go to digitalprolab.com and see the difference that Amanda and her amazing, wonderful team can do for you. And of course, this is also sponsored by Landers Photography School, my company. I teach both the photography side and the business side. Of course, this show is about the business side. And lately, over the past 5 years, most people that are reaching out to me are wanting the business side. I do spend a lot more time studying and researching the business side. So there may be a correlation there. But reach out to me at Jim at Landers Photo School, or get yourself a free session with me. It's only going to be 15 minutes, but you know what's a 15 minutes? It's going to open up your eyes. There won't be any sales tactics going on. I don't try to sell you anything. Now, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. So, okay, there could be that. But the goal is to elevate you, to lift you up, to make your passion your career. Reach out to me. You see it on the screen, calendly.com/photo school/15MIN for a free consultation with me via Zoom. And if you need to do it via phone, I'll do it that way. But I prefer to see your face. I want to see your expressions. I mean, we are photographers after all. Calendly.com/photo school/15MIN. You know, I want to encourage you throughout this show today to make comments, ask questions as we go throughout this lesson. I also want you to hit that like button, hit that love button. If you hear something you like, click that love button. By the way, if you're on Facebook, you can watch it just in the feed. But if you click on the video, it opens it up so that you can click multiple times. You can click the like button as many times as you want. Every time you hear something you like, you can click that like button or click that love button. Or if I say something funny, hey, there's a button for that. I want you to go to the comments right now and enter in hashtag live. Hashtag live. That tells me that you're watching right now, today, on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're simulcast to several different places. And if you're watching the replay, I want you to enter in hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. I also ask that you share the Portrait Profit Show, because that's how other people find out about this show. If you like helping others, this is one way, an easy way to do it. Share this show with other photographers. There's a share button if you're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on several different places. So click the share or equivalent button to let others know that we're here, or tag them to let them know directly. I just realized we are not simulcast to Instagram. I don't know what the reason is, but I can probably fix that real quick. We'll see. I don't know if that's doing what I want it to do or not. Oh, I love technology. Huh. Yep. Well, there's one more thing I can try, and then I'm not going to try again. Huh. Remove and then add. It works sometimes. It usually takes a second to actually go through. So let's see if it did. Sorry for that delay. Those who want to watch on Instagram are going to be glad that I'm taking the time to do this, though. Yep, there it is. Okay. I think it's there. We'll find out shortly. All right. Instead of strategy and systems like I normally share, we're sharing stories, 4 real stories, true experiences and believable situations from portrait photographers who've run into some unexpected challenges. Now, these four stories are real, although uh, in some of them I've changed the names, in some of them I've changed some specific things to make it less identifiable, so you don't know exactly who it is that it's being spoken about. In the second story, I'm leaving it just like it was because it's in the news, so you probably are already aware of it. But we'll get to that here in a second. Yeah, sometimes photographers wind up in the news, and not for the reasons they want to. Some of these unexpected challenges that we run into are just a little frustrating. Some of them overwhelming. Some of them a little funny. All of them are packed with business lessons that'll help you avoid the same struggles that these other photographers have experienced. These stories are the kind that are shared when photographers get together. So if you've ever misplaced a memory card, if you've ever said yes to a free session and regretted it, or maybe you've gotten in the constant or continuous or endless cycle of just one more edit. If you've experienced any of these things or similar, you're going to resonate with this episode. I want you to laugh a little. I want you to learn a lot. And I want you to leave today, this show, with a renewed sense of confidence in how you handle your business. Because we've all had moments where we think, I'll never do that again. But you know what? That's exactly how growth happens. If one of these stories reminds you of something that you've experienced, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I mean, no judgment, just connection, because you're not the only one who's been there. If this sounds interesting to you, go to the comments right now for me, right now, and enter in "I'm ready." If this sounds interesting to you, let me know in the comment section saying "I'm ready." I'm going to go to the comments real quick just to see if there's any questions that I need to respond to. I don't see any questions yet. I do see several of you have entered in hashtag live. Thank you for doing that. Hashtag live. Is it live or is it Memorex? Oh my gosh, Robert. I do know what you're talking about, but if I was a 20 something, I wouldn't have a clue what you were saying. If I was a 30, maybe in a 40 something, I wouldn't have a clue what you were saying. But yeah, is it live or is it Memorex? It's live. uh, so here's the first story. I'm going to put the title on the screen. This is based on a true story. Now, some elements have been added and some have been removed, but this is based on a true story. And I'm sure you'll resonate with it. It was the end of a magic hour session in May. You know, the kind where the golden sunlight softens the edges of everything, the kind where the kids are well behaved and seem to actually enjoy the experience. You know, the family just seems to have stepped out of a magazine. Even the dog was perfect. Portrait photographer Mary Sinclair, traveling for what was for her a rare destination session. She captured it all: the laughter, secrets, tickle fights, the shy glance of the young son that he gave to his mother. After that wonderful, great session, Mary tucked the precious SD card into her jacket pocket. She wanted to make sure she didn't lose it, misplace it, you know. She's going to upload the files tonight when she gets home, as usual. That's her normal operating procedure. But first, on the way home, a trip to the grocery store. That part went well. Later that night, though, with a cup of tea in hand, she sat down at her computer and froze. The card was gone. Heart pounding, she looked around her home, out to the car. She tore the car apart. She retraced her steps. No luck. Those amazing images, the memories. Oh, the business reputation. Oh, crud. Gone. It was late. She didn't sleep well that night, but the next morning, devastated, Mary called the family. Apologies. Refund. She braced for the worst, but gratefully, the family agreed to do the session again. Sure, they were disappointed, but they seemed to understand. Yay. A long 3 weeks later, the session done, the images are done, and they have been delivered. But during that time, her old workflow was gone forever because she bought a portable backup hard drive and backed up her images immediately following her sessions from that point on. Oh, and you might have thought that was the whole story. But here's the rest of the story. That missing card, it turned up a few months later in the pocket of the jacket she was wearing. What? She found it because, well, you know how you check the pockets before you donate something? There it was, in the spot she most definitely checked, but somehow missed. Can you resonate with that story? Does it make sense to you? If you like that story, if you understand that story, if something like that has happened to you, click that like button. And then if you haven't already, enter in hashtag live. Oh, and if you've got a similar story, that's what the comment section is for. Tell us about it. Share that story with us. While you're doing that, I want to we'll do two things. I want you to know that there's a handout for every single lesson. This particular one might not need it as much as others. The others, you really need it. It's very beneficial, and there's usually some extra stuff in there that's not done during the show, just because it doesn't work well in the show, or it's just too much. It's too long. But every single one of these episodes, every Monday, there is a handout. And all you have to do is request it by sending me an email, jim@portraitprofits.com, or just entering hashtag handout in the comments. Either way, I'll send you that. Now, I do charge for it, but I do it in a different way. I send it to you. And then I let you decide if it's worth the $10 that I charge for it. And if you do, great, pay it. If you don't, or if you forget, great, don't. Doesn't matter. I want the information in your hands a lot more than I want the $10. The $10 isn't going to do much for me. I maybe take someone out to have a coffee. That's about what it does for me. So if you buy a handout, the very least it's going to do is cause the next me to be able to afford the next person I take to have some coffee with me. It's usually a photographer. All right. Story number 2. This is the case of the photographs that were held hostage. Now, this is a true story. If anything's changed, it was unintentional. I'm even going to use the photographer's full name because, again, it was in the news. Picture this. One sunny Dallas afternoon, Andrea Polito sat at her desk, sipping coffee, when her phone started exploding. Texts, emails, local reporters, even national media outlets were reaching out to her. It seems overnight, her professional reputation was being battered by a storm she never saw coming. It started out just like every other job: a wedding, a couple, a contract. Her payment policy was clear: deliver the album once the final balance was paid. You know. But one sticky clause, at least from the point of view of the stubborn client, turned negotiation into nuclear war. The couple had chosen a custom wedding album. Great. It costs a little bit more. Great. Andrea's contract was clearly written, and the couple had signed it. And that contract stated that once they selected the cover and paid the final album fee, that she'd send it out for printing and then delivery. Straightforward, standard, normal, professional. But then, silence. They never chose their cover. They didn't pay the final balance. Weeks passed. Andrea followed up politely several times. Then, out of nowhere, the couple went public with a claim that Andrea was holding their wedding photographs hostage. You may remember the story. It wasn't that long ago. And of course, the internet reacted in a way that, well, as if they were starved for drama. Yeah, it seems like the people on social media are starved for drama. They devoured the story. Venomous reviews from people she had never worked with before. Hostile social media posts, and a crowd howling for justice. What few saw at first, though, was Andrea's side. The side with a signed contract, with emails to prove everything that she was saying, explanations given. She was a woman who built her business on integrity. And although she didn't have to, Andrea offered to further work with them, waive some costs. But the couple proceeded with their negative campaign. Her business was nearly destroyed overnight. And to top it off, surprise, surprise, the media didn't bother to verify that everything had been outlined in the signed contract. Andrea had gone above and beyond, even offering to reduce the album fee to keep things moving forward. But the couple wasn't interested in resolution. They wanted, well, who knows what they wanted? I guess nobody's sure. Maybe they thought they were being upstanding citizens, calling out injustice, or maybe they just wanted attention. But there is a fantastic twist. You could say the rest of the story. Andrea, battered but emboldened, took the case to court. She not only cleared her name, but won a $1 million defamation verdict, finding that the couple had acted with malice and defamed her, seriously damaging her professional reputation. Have you heard this story? Look it up. You can get a lot more information than I'm sharing with you right now. Let me know if you've heard this story or if you have a similar one of your own in the comments section. You know, when you follow your policies, your well thought out policies, and they get better and better as the years go on because you experience more things. But when you follow your policies with professionalism and clarity, you are not just protecting your time, you're protecting your name. Your contract isn't a formality. It isn't just that. It's a shield. Is this resonating with you today? If it is, let me know in the comments. I want to know. Tell me. Say yes or share a story that you have experienced. Here's the third story. By the way, make sure to click that like button when you hear something you like. If you haven't already, enter in hashtag live, letting me know that you're watching live right now. And if you want today's handout, this is how you get all the handouts. You do them one at a time, or you go to you send me an email and just tell me the ones that you want. But jim@portraitprofits.com is my email, or just go to the comment section and enter in hashtag live. Hashtag live. This is called the freebie trap. This is based on a true story. I changed the name, but the sting, oh, that's real. His name is John. He was new to San Diego, and he was hungry to finally turn his passion into a full-time career. Anyone else feel that way? Now, you're familiar with the kind of client that I'm about to describe, the one who says, I absolutely love your work. It's fantastic. We don't have a budget for a photographer, but trust me, you'll get so much exposure. You know what? My uncle is a famous influencer. You are going to get known. John paused as his ego whispered, do it. You're new. Nobody knows you. You need the connections. So he did. You know, that session was fantastic. It was freaking fantastic. Great energy, beautiful light. You know, the kind of images that confirm that you are on the right path. That feeling, it was a great session. Everybody said so. But about that exposure, a few likes, and 2 DMs, both asking for a free session. Free doesn't make it possible to make a career out of photography. We know this. So, of course, John replied to both of those DMs with his rates, only to receive a sharply worded message in response accusing him of being greedy and ungrateful. Been there? Sometimes we have to learn the hard way that no is a great tool in a photographer's toolbox. John didn't stop getting requests for exposure, but he immediately started saying no, and here's my rate in the same breath. And then real referrals and real clients, the kind who valued him and his time, they started coming in. And so did the income. Yeah, exposure won't build your business. Not into something that is what you want for your ideal life. But you know what? Your boundaries will build your business. Sometimes when you say yes to free work, you aren't building relationships at all. You're building resentment. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you should never do anything for free or reduced. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that if it's part of your plan and you sought it out because you thought it was going to be beneficial, great. It's part of the plan. When someone else asked for it, it wasn't part of the plan. And it better be a good reason if you accept it. Really good reason. For the most part, don't. Because you do build resentment. Is this fun? You hearing this? Want more? I've got one more story for you. You've had this client before, or at least you've heard of him or her. That client with the just one more edit request. Maya took on a new client who was charming at first, but after effect remained charming throughout. But there was a change in how Maya felt about this client. Because after sending the digital file, it was a headshot. She sent the single digital file. She noticed one increasingly concerning trait in this client. The client wanted just one more tweak. No problem. But she kept on saying it every time that Maya sent a revised image. First, it was fix the lighting, then it was fix my nose, then it was make my arms look thinner, then it was take out the distraction in the background. There were several more. Yeah, more emails, more tweaks. Each time, Maya happily obliged. Not because she wanted to make her clients happy, or not just because she wanted to make her clients happy. She absolutely wanted that. But there's also that 5-star review she was hoping for. But she knew that each time she got another email from this client and that she accepted the just one more edit request, that she was delaying other clients' work. Maya got to thinking, you know what? I wonder how much money I'm actually making with this client. How much per hour? So she tracked the hours from the time that she actually started until current. And by the time she finally delivered the image that the client was happy with, she was not surprised to figure out that she made below minimum wage. There's a lot of photographers in that category, and sometimes it's only because their price is actually too low. A lot of times. Maya had good pricing. It should have been raised a bit, but it was more than most, that more than 50% of other photographers. And you know what? Despite the extra time, the kindness, the heroics that Maya put into making that client happy, her client left a 3-star review and stated in that review, It took a lot of effort to finally get the completed image. Yeah, you feeling this too? Turns out perfection isn't profitable. Kindness is wonderful, but you will fail without boundaries. Is this resonating with you? Are you hearing this? If you've got similar stories, will you go to the comments section and share those with me? I would love to hear your stories. I'm going to give you a second to do that while I remind you that every single one of these episodes has a handout. All you need to do is send me an email or enter in hashtag handout in the comments. And if you'd like to have a free session with me, just you and me to talk about your work, your business, then go to this address on the screen right now. By the way, if you're watching this on Instagram, you might not be able to see it. I think it crops vertically. And so it's calendly.com/photo school/15min. Calendly/photo school/15min. Now, those are the 4 stories that I prepared for you for today. I'm going to share some closing thoughts before I move into what's coming. So there's 2 more Mondays left in this month of November, and I think you're going to like the two subjects that are coming up. So hang on a second and I'll share those with you. We're almost done. Just the closing thoughts left. So if you haven't already, take a moment to put a takeaway from today's message. I love hearing how what I'm sharing is what thoughts it's causing, what you're doing as a result. Or you could just say something as simple as, "Thanks, Jim." Either way, I'd like to hear something from you in the comments. Today's stories, well, they may have made you laugh. They may have made you shake your head or quietly say, "Yep, that happened to me." And that was the point. Every one of us has made decisions we wish we could adjust. Go back in time. Whether it was trusting a jacket pocket, saying yes to exposure, bending our boundaries out of kindness, or learning the hard way that contracts aren't just for big businesses, they're for all of us. Things happen. You may have a different word for things. I'm going to say things happen. They don't mean you're not good at what you do. They mean you're in this. You are active. You care. You won't avoid every mistake, but you will keep learning from those mistakes. Some of those mistakes aren't yours. Some of those mistakes are someone else's, but you are in charge. You are responsible for creating solution. So therefore, take ownership of every mistake. Whether it's yours or not is irrelevant. You can't fix them, but you can fix the environment that caused them to notice you. Therefore, you get fewer of them. Sure, some may slip through on occasion, but you'll reduce the number of those guys who don't conform to what makes you happy, what builds you up, what fills your creative energy tank. So you're going to keep learning from these things. You'll continue to grow. And you'll get better at protecting, the things that matter: your time, your talent, your reputation, your joy. So I encourage you to take what you've heard today and let it be more than entertainment. Let it be preparation. Let it be reassurance. Let it be one more reminder You're not alone in this journey. You're doing far better than you give yourself credit for. We've all got stories. I recommend that you write them down, but we've all got them. The most successful among us will look back at those situations, learn what they can, adjust their process and their policies, and keep on keeping on. That's what builds experience. That's what builds your confidence. It's not perfection. It's not popularity. It's progress. It's persistence. Do you need help with any of these or anything else on the business side of photography? I've got private coaching sessions to help you choose and implement the right tools. All you have to do is start with that free 15-minute session to help you get where you want to be. I'll put that up on the screen one more time. I also recommend and encourage you to follow us on our social media places. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn. Now, on LinkedIn, you won't find it under Portrait Profits. You'll find it under my name, Jim Landers. But on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, just search Portrait Profits or the Portrait Profit Show. And that's where you'll find us. Make sure you add yourself to those and you'll know about upcoming shows. Speaking of upcoming shows, the Portrait Profit Show is every Monday, usually at noon, but on the second Monday of each month, we move it to 6:30 in the evening. Let's talk about the upcoming shows. In 1 week from today, and I'll put not only the picture, but the text for this. There it is. This is called the Business Health Checkup for Portrait Photographers. This is episode number 246. Your portraits, they're priceless. But is your business set up to take you where you want to go? If it's not, well, the Business Health Checkup for Portrait Photographers helps you know what's working and helps you to find out what's holding you back. Put it on your calendar. 1 week from today, November 17th at noon. And then 1 week after that, November 24th at noon, Fast Photographers Win. This is episode number 247. Fast Photographers Win. We're going to break the habits of overthinking, perfectionism, and procrastination. Something that, unfortunately, I'm good at. But this isn't a good thing to be good at. We're going to break the habits of overthinking, perfectionism, and procrastination and build success with speed. Because speed, not perfection, brings momentum, growth, and success. By the end of this lesson, November 24th, you'll be making faster decisions. You'll be open to taking imperfect action. And you will stop letting fear slow you down. November 24th at noon, Fast Photographers Win. I hope you've enjoyed this today, Lens Legends. I want to thank you for joining me today. Whether you're just starting out or you've been at this for a while, I hope today reminded you of two important truths. Number one, you're not the only one figuring things out as you go. Use your resources. Now, every once in a while, I hear someone say, maybe they say it directly to me, maybe they say it to someone else and it's conveyed to me. Maybe I see it as a Facebook post, but or Facebook or Instagram post where someone says something along the lines of, "I did this all myself. I tried to ask people to help. No one helped me," etc. Photographers, I have helped over 4,000 photographers in the San Antonio area alone. If you are saying that there's no one there to help you, that's a you problem, not a them problem. It's probably meaning you're going to the wrong people. You're going to people who don't know how to help, or they are concerned that they are going to be conveyed as a fraud. So therefore, they don't want to say anything, not because they don't want to help you, but because they don't know this stuff as well as it looks like they do. See it from their point of view, not just yours. Seek those who are helping. I do this every single day, helping photographers. It's what I do. I encourage you to reach out to me and get the help that you need. And we all need it. You're not the only one figuring things out as you go. Number 2, everything has value when you take the time to learn from it. Everything. Yeah, everything has value. If and only if you take the time to learn from it. If something in today's show made you think, made you laugh, made you feel a little more normal in this beautifully messy business of photography, would you do me a favor? Share this episode with your friends, with other photographers. Someone who could use a little encouragement, maybe a reminder that they're not the only one who's had that kind of client. The one that makes you want to quit. We've all had those. All of us. Yeah, including those ones who don't look like they've ever had a bad day in their life. They've had it too, probably a lot of times. They've just learned how to get through it. And that comes with experience and persistence. If you haven't already, follow Portrait Profits on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and LinkedIn. No, LinkedIn, it's Jim Landers. It's me on LinkedIn. We go live every Monday with business guidance, creative strategies, some good old-fashioned support for passionate portrait photographers like you. So make sure you keep your sessions joyful, your policies solid, and your backup drives, well, keep them close. So as we end another show, Lens Legends, I hope that the ideas and strategies we've explored today have resonated with you, and that you're able to move forward with more confidence than ever. The world is waiting for your unique vision, your ability to touch lives through portraiture. Trust in your talent, believe in the impact you can make, and let your light shine brightly. Seize today as an opportunity to let your passion soar, making the world a more beautiful place, one portrait at a time. Once again, thank you, Lens Legends, for your time and attention here today. And thank you for the efforts that you make each day to be such an amazing portrait photographer. Together, we help each other achieve our goals and make a difference in the world through our passion for portrait photography. For Landers Photography School and for Digital Pro Lab, my name is Jim Landers, and I'm bringing you the weekly Portrait Profit Show. So until I see you next week, Lens Legends, keep thriving and keep growing. I so look forward to watching you grow. Bye for now.